Hi everybody, how you doing? Today's gonna be a fun day. We're gonna have some fun, but I'm not cooking. Angelina is going to be cooking. She's gonna make us all a delicious treat that I have to tell you is so good and it's so healthy, but you're never gonna know how many calories until she tells you how many calories are in each one of these wonderful pumpkin balls. Here she comes. Come on, Ange.
Hello. This is such a...
I'm moving out of the way now.
Okay. So yes, today I'm going to be making, they are keto, well, they're not vegan. Or are these vegan too? Yes, keto, vegan, pumpkin spice balls. Basically, they taste like, pretty much they taste like a cakey texture, almost like a donut hole, but a little bit more moist, and it's like the filling of pumpkin pie almost, rolled up into a little ball. And they're very low in calorie, and they have really low carbs, really no sugar, and I'm going to show you guys how to make that today. So, what I have here is I have 2 cans of pumpkin. I just put it in a bowl. Lots of spices. I love spice a lot. So there's ground nutmeg. You know, these are really expensive. They're like $5 each. I don't know where they're getting that price from. Allspice, ground ginger, cloves, my favorite, and then pumpkin pie spice, which kind of encompasses already like what was here. You could really just buy that one, and then just more cinnamon. And of course, this is going to be spiced to your liking. I put a ton in, like I said, but you don't have to do that. And then I have 10 little packets of Splenda in here. I'm sure you can get those bags of it. And of course, if you want to use equal or sweet and low, you could do that. Or you don't have to use any sweetener. You know, they're not really good for you, but I love Splenda. This is 2 tablespoons of organic almond butter. This is where the calories are. Just for this right here, this is 200 calories, which is insane. And then we have some coconut flour. This is where I think you got this on Amazon.
I got it on Amazon.
I'm sorry, you're only seeing partial pieces of my face. This is organic coconut flour. And I have a half a cup of coconut flour in there as well.
You look so cute.
So, this is very simple. You just shove everything into a bowl. There's no specifics or order because we're not baking, so nothing has to rise.
Oh, that's right. You're not baking them.
Oh yeah, and these are no bake. I forgot to say that. They're also no bake, so it's really simple to make these.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put in my pumpkin, coconut flour. We're going to get this almond butter in here.
Do you want a scraper?
No, I'll just use a spoon. It's coming out pretty easily.
Okay.
And this is an almond butter that was not like a sweetened almond butter. Natural almonds, no other ingredient, because you don't want to have the extra sugar. And then here's my Splenda in there. And here's the fun part where I add my spices. Maybe. There we go. So, I like a lot.
Well, how much cinnamon would you typically put into?
A lot.
I know. It was like a teaspoon of each.
Oh no, maybe like a couple tablespoons of cinnamon I just put in there.
Okay.
And then there's no right or wrong. If you are into spices like this,
Yeah.
then you may want more.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But I am.
But basically, it looks so
pie.
far like a tablespoon of all those things that you put in there. Of each.
It's not the important part of the recipe is how much spice you add. It won't change the texture. Putting in the nutmeg. And some, oh wait, I didn't open that ginger up. We'll leave that closed. We'll leave these 2 closed. That's enough spice in there now. So I didn't put in all spice because essentially that's what I already did. And ginger, I have enough ginger from the pumpkin pie spice, so I don't want to add too much there. So then you'll have a bowl that looks just like this. I bet you're crapping it. So, just going to mix it together. And we'll see if we have to tweak anything because I wrote this recipe out. I found it online, but I tweaked it to my liking. Because when I found it online, the recipe called for a cup of almond butter, which I just showed you, 2 tablespoons was 200 calories. And I was like, oh, heck no. That's a lot. That's a lot of calories. That's going to make these not really worth having as a snack then. So I said, I'm going to really minimize the amount of almond butter and put in a higher ratio of pumpkin instead, because pumpkin is very, very low in calories. For 1 serving of pumpkin, it's 50 calories for a half a cup, which is really nothing. So now I'm just mixing it. It looks like the filling of the inside of a pumpkin pie. That's what this is going to look like, and it's pretty
Now
much
you
what
said
it
it was
tastes like.
keto. You said it was keto friendly. So
Yeah.
how many grams of carbohydrates are in there?
I'll have to get back to,
Okay.
because I didn't write it out. I wrote the calories out. So.
Oh, okay. Well, the calories are the biggie.
I can't figure out until I start rolling them into balls. Oh, Riley's outside barking because he doesn't know enough to stop barking. He barks all the time. Alright. I can still see chunks of the coconut flour, so that's what I just want to get rid of all the chunks. Oh, it smells so good. You gotta be a pumpkin fan. See, if you're not a pumpkin fan, click away, because you're not gonna like these. Now, I'm going to... Now, wait. I'm going to try to also make these chocolate, like, flavored. Instead of flavoring the pumpkin with other spices, change it to chocolate. You know, you ever see those recipes, like, if you have box cake mixes, instead of putting in, like, the oil, people will substitute pumpkin, or they'll substitute, like, a can of diet soda. Like, that's kind of what I'm trying to do, is substitute this pumpkin and make a cake kind of textured ball, but just not so many calories and not so much sugar. So I'm going to take cocoa powder and attempt to make those two. But right now, we're doing the spice balls.
You can smell the spices.
So I'm pretty happy with what I have here. The texture will roll together fine. So, ooh. Yay, looks kind of not that appetizing. So now I'm going to get a pan, or we need something. I could use maybe one of those trays, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, because that's lower. So I have a tray. And I'm going to take about a half a tablespoon of the mixture and roll it into little balls and just put it in there. And then we'll put it in the blast chiller. And by the blast chiller, I mean the freezer. And we'll let it sit there for a few minutes. Of course, I'm going to just keep them also in the refrigerator, but I figured get them cooled down so we can do a little taste test. And then I'll get the carbohydrate count together when I come back. So all I'm going to do, I'll do a few of them. This is not, you don't have to sit here for a whole video. So I'm just scooping up about a half a tablespoon. And I am going to roll it together. No, I'm not going to roll it together. See? We've come across an impasse. Let me wash my hands. Okay. We got to go a little bit heavier with the almond flour. Coconut flour, I mean. Because it's just, the consistency is just a little bit too, wet. So I'm going to add in an additional 2 tablespoons of the coconut flour. So I'll mix that together, and then I'll come back, and we'll see if that's better to roll these. Okay, I'm back. So I added in an additional 2 tablespoons of the coconut flour, and now I'm more satisfied with the way the texture is. So I'm gonna again take a little half of tablespoon scoop it out, and I'm gonna roll it into little tiny balls. So it's gonna look just like that, little ball. And then I'm going to put it on a pan right here. And I'm going to continue to take that half a scoop and just keep rolling it into little balls. And then they will harden up once they go into the refrigerator or freezer for a little bit. And that's where they will stay. Obviously, they have to stay in a refrigerator because the pumpkin needs to be refrigerated. So, I'll be back. I'll show you what the tray looks like once they're all on it. And then I can let you know what the calorie count and carb count breaks down to. Because again, it all kind of depends. I just stuck all the ingredients together and then I'll divide it by the amount of little balls I create. And we'll get a general idea of how many calories and carbs are in each one. That way you're not mindlessly eating these either, because this is a bowl. If you were to eat this entire bowl, it's 790 calories regardless, still sitting here. So we have to be cautious. But okay. That out of there. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay, so I put everything into the refrigerator, as you just saw. I was going to put it in the freezer, but unfortunately, there is no room. So, into the refrigerator it went. I'm going to leave it in there for about the next 20-30 minutes, and then we'll pull it out, do a little taste test, and I will share with you the calories and the carbs. So, now we wait the time. Okay, I'm back. I have the little pumpkin balls. They've been sitting for about 25-30 minutes. So, just to break down the calories. So I made 60 of these little balls, and they're about the size of like a Munchkin donut hole, maybe a little bit smaller, but around that size. So for each one of these, it's approximately 15 calories.
That's good.
And then the carbohydrates and sugar minus the fiber that would be in them. So each one has 1.72 carbs and sugar in it. So let's just say 2.
That's nothing.
2 grams. Yeah, it's nothing compared to like a real pumpkin pie donut hole from Dunkin' Donuts. You're looking at one Munchkin is 60 calories, and it has 13 grams of carbs and sugar in just one.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, you can eat 4 of these, and it'll equate to one donut hole. But the only big difference is this is also really, really healthy because it's fibrous, it's a vegetable. It's all healthy food, and it's gonna fuel the body. It's not just sugar and
you're right about that. It will fuel
empty
the body.
like calories.
Right.
So here we go.
May I have one?
We're gonna taste.
I'm so excited. I love these things. Oh, hello.
So they're like that.
It tastes just like pumpkin pie.
It just melts away like pumpkin pie.
Mm.
I'm going for another.
Those are so good. Guys, those are delicious. I'm so glad that Angie found that recipe and tweaked it to do it for her and me. Because those are, if you're somebody that loves pumpkin pie or you love pumpkin spices, that is delicious. I'm having another one.
You can't beat it.
You can't beat it.
It's a really like, it's a shameless. Shameless?
Can you freeze these?
I don't know.
I can see why not.
I don't see why not. I mean, they're not going to last long enough to freeze. That's the thing about them. Like, once you make them, you have a couple of days to eat them, and they're easy enough to make in a pinch.
Yeah.
They're
so good.
I don't have to bake anything. They're refreshing. It's nice and cool. It's summertime now.
They are delicious, and if you're somebody that likes pumpkin pie, you're going to love these.
They're yummy. They're tasty. I'll put the recipe that I used in here in the description, just so you have that. But try them. Let us know if you like them. I love them.
I love
They're
them.
a great snack.
They're a great snack. And healthy snack, too.
Well,
thanks, guys.
subscribe, like the video, share it.
Questions?
It's a great vegan, keto, low-calorie snack.
It really
great.
is.
For anybody. This is,
For anybody.
was gonna say anybody who's dieting, not dying, really doesn't matter. There's just really
Really
good.
good.
It's good food.
And
Good
if you
food is
stuck
good
these
food.
in the freezer, they probably get hotter, a little hotter, because right now they're
Oh,
really
yeah.
soft. So they'd be a little hotter. Oh, but my goodness, are they ever delicious? Oh, they're good. Hey guys, I'm glad you came, and I'm so glad Angie cooked.
Yes.
And
Yes, they
no-
did
no
so much cooking.
There was no cooking involved, no baking, nothing.
Yeah, just put everything in a bowl. Put it in the refrigerator. Done. Eat it. That's
Delicious.
how I like
Try
to
it.
cook.
Oh my goodness,
Okay.
is that good?
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.